2, 3, 4.
The world was so big, and I was so small. Your voice was always the loudest of all.
Sorry again.
So we're sitting here podcasting, right? Is this like the first time you've been away from...
Oh, yeah, this is pretty... I mean, this is the first time I've done, like, any sort of, like, stuff that wasn't family baby related, like going to the grocery store real quick or taking him to his first doctor's appointment, which was cool.
Flying colors.
And I got to wear one of those weird things called the Soli baby. You know that's like
You put the pictures on.
it's like a one big long fucking like wrap.
It's a
wrap, and you like
bandage.
do like a couple things.
It's
and you
a
get
gigantic ace bandage.
Yeah, but you have to like fold it in a certain way to keep the baby together.
Do you?
I don't know. I guess I could just really just wrap the thing, wrap the thing around me,
keep going
like a cocoon.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, Kate has a natural color one for her, and you have a black one to match all your T-shirts.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So, is it a cool T-shirt? No, it's a T-shirt with a baby on top. I went to go do laundry, and I'm in a moment of, oh, this is the clean and green laundromat. They've got eco-friendly everything.
Oh, this is Danny's local. He loves their house
this
blend.
is the place.
He uses their house blend.
I use the house blend there.
Do they have do they have booze at this one? Is this a...
No. House
detergent,
blend, they're
bro.
detergent, man.
I know,
It's
but
just-
you fucking kidding?
some laundromats have beers.
Oh, yeah.
No, this place doesn't have beers.
Some are
at
bike
all.
shops as well.
That's true. Yeah. And all...
And so baby gets its own laundry load by itself.
Right.
And
Delicate.
Right. And I put the eco-friendly detergent in the heavies. I put it in Kate and my clothes. And then I look and I'm like, oh, fuck. There's like, no, this is eco-friendly. Let me go ask the people there. And I'm like, the people there are fucking...
Is this good for babies?
They love... Well, they're like always talking and like gossiping and like talking all sorts of like, they're just way into it. Like, you tell that girl she better shut the fuck up. Like they really like, they're like super...
How does that relate to laundry?
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're always like very like deep in conversation.
Okay.
And it's like hard to... You feel very like uncomfortable trying to break in to be like, excuse... hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Is this
And they're like-
hypoallergenic?
And even...
What's in your house blend? Is there any gluten in your house blend?
Yes, but it
you
wasn't
have
even like
peanuts?
it was so hard to even get them to speak because I was standing there and they were talking and they could see me, but they kept talking and the person they were talking to didn't work there. She was just like a friend, and that friend was talking and then looked at me and was like, I think this guy wants to say something to you. And turned to me and they're like, what machine number is it? Like they thought like the fucking machine broke.
Yeah, you messed up
Or something. I was like, no, I just have a question. Like, I just had a baby. Oh, and then like they turn on it. Oh man, they just turn and they're like, oh no, it's so sweet. And I'm like, can I use the detergent for that? And they're like, oh, I don't know. Like, it's eco-friendly, but like,
we don't know about baby
I don't know.
friendly.
Like, I would go get this other stuff.
It might still have baby harsher in it.
They're like, they each gave there were 3 people there, and all 3 of them gave me 3 different brands that they used.
So that's 9 brands.
So it's 3 brands.
That's 9 brands.
One apiece.
Oh,
So
okay.
I went to go get one of those 3, and
Immediately.
and then I came back and I realized that I had screwed my machine time by like 25 minutes by going to get it. So I had to wait extra.
Oh, right.
At the laundromat. But when I came back in, they were all still there. And I
they
was
had
like,
a party for him with dad balloons.
No, they all wanted to know which one I got. And because there were 3 of them with 3 different ones, when I showed them,
It was the friend.
one of them was happy and the other 2 were like, oh, no,
You're an idiot.
that's not the right one. And I was like, that's not the thing to say to me right now. I'm putting it in right now.
It's the first time my baby's going to wear these
exactly.
detergent clothes.
Is it still fine? It's got a picture of a baby on it. It says number 1 pediatrician.
My mother gave Adele like a Costco-sized jug of Draft detergent. Which
That's
is
what it is. That's what I got.
Oh no!
Is that not good?
No, it just smells like a baby. It really does.
It does smell like a baby.
It does
Is that
smell like
because,
it.
But it says there's no perfume in it.
That's what it says. Adele just doesn't like the smell, and I can sympathize with her. And so one of my assignments as a single dad with a young kid still not really getting along with Mom so well, was to bring this jug of Dreft to some other mom in her mom group somewhere else in Greenpoint. So
Secretly.
Yeah, no. So I put it.
Oh yeah, no, I got this extra. It's fine. You should totally use it with your kid.
I put it in a tote. I put it in a tote bag and rode up to like the luxury building up by Greenpoint Avenue and rang the bell. Whatever. She came down. We talked. I think it was like a Swedish mom or a German mom or something like that. But yeah, didn't mind the smell.
Do you use Baby Organics or BabyGanics or
Me?
Yeah. What does she use?
I don't watch G stuff. Adele's pretty good about using the Echo Hippie stuff.
Okay. Well, I got to find the Echo because that was the first thing Kate asked me. She was like, what is it, like clean? And I was like, I don't know. It says #1 pediatrician recommended, and it was the only one I could get at CVS.
My mother whipped it. My mother whipped it out like it was going to be the same sort of sentimental, affectionate baby smell like relationship that she had with it that Adele would have. And Adele was like, this smells funny. And I don't blame her. You know what I mean? It smells a little strong. I understand how it could smell sweet, but I understand how it could also smell cloying and too much, and I don't want it.
Right. No, well, that whole part was that it was supposed to be free and clear, which means that there's no
it's
dyes
like Crystal,
or perfumes.
Bro, it's like Crystal Pepsi is back, right?
Well,
in the 90s.
No, the new
kids.
Pepsis. Well, I guess there was Crystal Pepsi too, but yeah, now there's new Pepsi, I guess, for the Stranger Things launch. But hey, before we get into all that, let's go ahead and start the show. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
Yeah, I shouldn't be drinking soda, but I do.
And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli. Danny Tambowowie.
Danny Tambowowie, as Jerry would say.
That's right. And my name is Jeremy. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Minisode. We do appreciate it.
Let's talk dad stuff.
This little dad mini. I'm going to be the onlooker, but okay. Before
be the moderator. How about that?
Okay. I could do that, but I want to tell one story first. I've been riding around on these Revel scooters a lot. Today it was raining, and I was like, I probably shouldn't do it. Did it anyway. Put the helmet on. It's all good. Everything was fine. The helmet
wasn't wet inside?
No, it's locked in a little case in the back.
Weird.
It's great.
That seems unsanitary.
That's exactly what I think every time. I'm like,
Mom
I
said
never even thought
thing.
I never even thought about it, but then I did see two
and
people
like what you got to do is you got to take
There's
you got to get a hairnet.
They're in there. They're included. They're free.
No,
disposable
free
toilet.
hairnets.
There's disposable toilet seats inside of every single.
You know what? Lice can still stick to hairnets.
And look, and we have our resident lice expert here, North Bergen's own. Bergen County's own.
Yes.
Danny Tambowowie.
Anyway,
so tell me what happened on your scooter.
I haven't got lice yet.
You're wearing the helmet.
I'm wearing the helmet.
You're riding in the rain.
Zipping around Brooklyn to get to work.
Prince is playing in your earbuds.
No, I don't do. I listen to the world. That's my music.
Oh, you listen to world music? That's cool. What channel is that?
I'm talking world, man. So I'm doing something traffic, trying to get making some moves, and get behind this car who just decides to just literally slam on its brakes for no reason. And there was not a light. There was a car way ahead of it, like no reason. And I had to like grab the brakes, and of course, then I start sliding because it's wet outside, and nearly
ate
a bumper. Yeah. On one of those.
How's your knee?
What happened to the guy? Did he say anything to you?
No,
did you
didn't say anything.
Did you go up to him?
No, because he had taken off. I don't know what he was looking at something or like what was going on.
Jeremy was recovering at that point while the guy.
But it was one of those like legs going this way and.
How's your knee?
Knee's better. Yeah, it's healed.
You have no pus or anything?
No.
When's the last time you drained your knee?
I'm good. After the foot drainings and the knee drainings,
God.
I'm good.
You're good on the drainings.
I'm good with drainings for a while.
So,
JB, I could have told you that riding a
scooter in the rain.
A scooter in the rain's a bad idea.
I've seen a lot of people, but I don't know. All those Italian movies make it seem so romantic.
Look, well,
I would rather be riding one of those and taking cabs.
I've been seeing those all over the place lately.
I was cheap when I was in Sicily when I was like 14 years old. Pomodoro.
Tattooed on your leg. We all know the story.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that's the only thing that's very easy to go, oh, should I? It's kind of raining. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, my friend Danny fucked up on a fucking...
Yeah.
But you didn't wreck. You just got burnt.
I fucking wrecked. We fell over.
He could have been...
I've forgotten that already.
Yeah, man.
So,
we've talked about it like 8 times.
I know, I'm just saying.
I see people wearing these fucking helmets and riding these things all over the place. What do they charge you, by the minute or by the distance?
By the minute, I believe, and it's a quarter a minute. No, quarter. Fuck, I have to look on the app.
Anyway, charging you for time is fucked up because even though it's got a 30-mile-an-hour governor,
New York
it still makes you want to like go faster.
Yeah, but it's half of.
I don't
what
know. I get paid by the hour. It doesn't make me want to work faster.
It's I just like them. Literally, it's a third of what I would pay to get to the stage to get to work.
Yeah.
I'm paying $5 to get to work now, which is insane. Could pay $2 to take the subway, but I'd have to walk a little, and this is fucking fun, man.
How about you get a bike?
Yeah, that's on the list too. Yeah, but anyway,
where's the stage? I forgot where you
Steiner we were at. Yeah.
Are you going? So you're riding to the Navy Yard. That's not horrible.
But
Plus, you
now
have
it's
hills in
done,
your.
but-
You have hills in your favor.
Right.
Going to Astoria is a different story.
But anyway, be careful out there, folks. Get the scooters. Leave your car at home. Take a bike if you can. But I'd much rather see those scooters out and about than any other more cars.
I don't mind. I don't know if I mind that. As somebody who's
dip the helmets in Barbicide, the blue stuff in the barbershop.
for sure,
Don't need
for
it.
sure that. But
That's
as someone
fucking
who's
gross, bro.
Just be brave.
an automobile driver in the city,
Do
I don't
not-
mind. I don't mind the mopeds because they look like mopeds. I don't mind the
Revels because
What-
they look like Vespas.
no. Well, I mean, but you know that that's a motorized thing,
Yes,
right?
we've
It's not
seen
like the
those.
Lime bikes that are like, power assisted scooters that are the bicycles that have pedals
Or you feel
that
like-
then turn into a bike. Because if you're driving,
They transform.
and you look in your rear view and you see what looks to be a guy riding a bike, you assume that you're going to be going faster than he is, and all of a
That makes
sudden
sense.
they're going faster than you are, like on your ass or right next to you, and it's hard to judge.
Okay, so
I get
this
that.
you're what you're talking
For-
about
in
is
urban
safety.
environments.
You talk about a safety concern, but it really sounds more like pride as well.
No.
People
I
are
don't
mad
care if they.
about-
I don't.
People are mad about getting passed by
Look,
somebody riding an e-bike.
I drove
understand.
home. I drove home from the hospital, and I went over the Brooklyn Bridge, and I was on the FDR.
In an e-bike.
And I've never ever gone as that slow on the FDR drive in my whole life.
Oh, sure. I've
and
become a much better driver
continue,
since
I will
she-
continue
since
to
she
be
was
driving
born.
much slower than I drive.
Yeah.
Well,
than
that's
I
one-
have
that's very
driven in the past.
Yeah.
So I'm not. It's not a pride issue. I'm more worried and concerned that it's hard for motorists
To gauge
to see
velocity.
right, which is why I'm happy that Revel is here, or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
is the mopeds that are here, because
Yeah, they look like
they're
yeah.
mopeds.
Yeah.
You know what they are,
And they're electric,
People will
so they
still
don't-
drive like assholes, and it'll still piss you off. But like,
Ciao.
it's different than like assuming that it's a bike, like a bicycle, and then it's going 30 miles an hour.
And then all of a sudden, Chino goes around you and isn't pedaling because they're just using
right, because
the
you're just
power
using the
assist.
power, and you can. It's sketchy. It's sketchy. It's dangerous for everybody.
Yeah. But I think if there were more of those things and less cars, I think it would be in a much better place.
As-
Well,
The solution-
get the scooters again.
the solution
there's
is-
scooters around here. Everybody knows that those are going to be the motorized ones.
They're coming.
And they
solution
go
is
off. They
probably
go
a
off at
road-
10 o'clock at night in Chicago. Do you know that? They
Oh,
turn
really?
them off so no one can use them
Drive
right now and
drunk.
get drunk.
Drive drunk.
Yeah, they say not to go on highways with these and not to ride after dark. I think it said. No, it didn't say after dark. You can ride in the dark.
Anyway, the solution is re-budgeting the roads for more people who aren't driving,
I'd love
basically
that.
big cars.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
And I'm off. I'm
And Brooklyn
all for
Brooklyn
that.
is having trouble with that, and ever since the Barclays Center went up, downtown Fort Greene has been fucked up traffic wise.
Oh, man.
Ever along, always
Anywhere.
along
Yeah.
between Atlantic and Fulton has been fucked up for a long time.
It's all. Every time I go down that way now, it's
Guys, we just lost Wyoming. No, I'm just kidding.
There's plenty of places where scooters are going to start to make sense soon once you can charge them.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it works better in places that are a little. I mean, I guess it's supposed to help urban, like overpopulated cities and
Yeah.
over car-run cities. but
right. I think it's.
I just worry that it's like
Imagine-
it's gonna,
imagine
people
if
are
these
gonna,
were around-
People do stupid shit. All
But
the
I'm saying,
time.
imagine if these were around when Wu-Tang were coming up, they never would
Or
have.
Jackass. Yeah, exactly.
No. Jackass. What Jackass is really slow motion Darwinism. That's Jackass. Okay, it really.
appreciate that.
I have not invested too much time in Jackass overall, as I have not invested too much time in anybody who would get a tattoo of themselves on their back. But I mean,
Shout out to Steve-O.
I'm saying people have made
He
their
got his shit together. He's got a dog.
exactly.
going.
People have made whatever out of promoting themselves. It's not that one thing is exclusive from another. It's just that a lot of those people should be dead,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it makes other people say, "Oh man, death is cool. I'm gonna try that."
Yeah. Or at least I'm going to push it. I'm sure nobody thinks death is cool unless you're in a bad place. But
If you want
Yes.
a bad place,
Give us a
reach
shot.
out to us at 347-470-8150. We'll get right back to you. I swear. I'm happy to talk.
Absolutely. So what about, this is the first week with the baby.
Sleep.
Sleep? That's
Sleep
the worst.
no
You
mo.
know what I was going
Sleep
to say.
no mo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been the second. Yeah.
Every time I hear it's been, that's what it's in my head. Just
So,
like every time he
that's
says my
unfortunate.
wife, you say
My wife.
yes, exactly.
I really don't say it around a lot of people.
No, but
I
you do say it around me.
To you.
In this podcast that reaches several thousand people.
So
Potential people.
the second night I was home, I had like a college up all night, like just
Rager? You had a rager?
I just had an all nighter like vibe in my head. Like I just felt because it was like the first. I didn't sleep. I got in. I slept Wednesday night, and then Thursday night we went in, and then she had the baby, and then
Oh, yeah, you
Friday
can't
all
sleep.
day, and
Oh,
then
you can't
Friday
sleep,
night
bro.
not going to sleep. The
No.
person who was next to us, the baby was crying all night long, and then Saturday I didn't get much sleep either, and then they had a new person in there, and there was a whole set of different issues. These people came in at like 11:30 with like 7 people in the room, like eating sandwiches and like talking on their phone on speakerphone, and like it was bad. It was so bad,
Wow.
like to the point.
Staten Island?
It was Staten Island. Those people were. They're like,
I knew it.
Jimmy's coming from Staten Island.
It could have been Bay Ridge.
It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. And they left, and I had to go and tattle on them pretty much. Like,
What?
Kate was gonna freak
Did you
out.
finish their sandwiches for them first? or
I
no?
didn't.
Wait, was it
I didn't.
Defonte's?
But they were. It wasn't Defonte's.
There is one of those
No,
in
but
Staten Island. isn't there?
they were like trying to maneuver like more space, and they kept knocking into Kate's bed, and the one woman was like, "What is that?" And Kate's like, "It's my bed."
It's my body.
And she's like, "Oh, sorry." Anywho, so it's just been not a lot of sleep, and then the first night home, it was just like kind of adrenaline-y, and
Yeah.
then Monday night, I was just like zombified, and I had that like, I've been up for 3 days, fucking around, either eating drugs or studying for a test, one or the other.
Yeah.
I couldn't really make any
both, or
reference. It was
both.
probably both.
Yeah.
And
I remember in college, I would stay up watching movies all night to write the paper about the movie.
right.
I
Oh,
would
you do
have
that?
a
Yeah.
paper due on Thursday, and I would stay up like all night Wednesday, intensely watching the movie.
Oh, I can't do that.
I
anymore.
told Kate that we're gonna pretend that we flew to LA for the day, so we're on LA time. So I made dinner at like 11:30 at night because
And you did
I knew
and
I
you did a
wasn't
bunch
getting
of
any sleep.
you did a bunch of
I didn't
cocaine,
do any cocaine. There's no cocaine or Adderall.
and then you got on Tinder and blew off 5
Tinder-
girls.
Tinder
You
didn't
made
exist.
5 Tinder dates and then blew up.
No. I went to go. I had to go get supplies, and I couldn't think of like. I went to the little grocery on Nostrand by where I live, and like they didn't have anything. They had like spinach that was a day old and like was green, had the little like
Yellow
fluid in the
tints.
bottom, and I was like,
Good
this
spinach.
sucks. Called her. I was like, I think I have to go to Whole Foods. She's like, just go to this other place. I
Bro,
was
he's
like,
getting
"Oh."
sponsored this
Yeah.
episode.
I just couldn't think of like, and my brain was just fried. And so I went there and I got supplies and I bought some beer. I bought some like high octane beer, and
Dad beer.
I had one beer walking back from the place to the apartment, and and I was like the first it was the first alcohol I'd had in like 4 days, and I like fucking like
Bro, how are you supposed to
got
provide for
weird.
your family if you get caught drinking a beer walking home?
No, you're okay to do that
In your car.
No, I wasn't driving.
bag.
I was
It's okay.
walking. I walked on the street.
Did you know that putting it in a brown bag doesn't make it any more legal?
Well, you know what? Nobody gives a shit.
It's
Oh,
It
I'm
doesn't.
you're probably
It doesn't
right.
happen.
Oh, I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't happen anymore.
I'm sorry. You've only drank at St. Patrick's Day and at Yankee
No,
parades.
Whatever. I've done plenty of public drinking, and I sit on the Parkway in front of my building, and I'll have drinks and just sit on the bench
on the
and watch.
steps.
people.
No, I'll just the mall, the Eastern Parkway Mall, and just sit there.
Did you say, parking spot's opening?
I do.
Oh,
I
there it
do.
goes.
I'd be like,
There
oh
it
yeah.
goes. It's gone.
But I get put in a weird mood, and I'm cooking food, and I like blasting Talking Heads, and I'm like getting into this like back in my college dorm room, like psyching myself up, like for whatever I'm going to do. We eat food, and I'm like just super jazzed up and like kind of like feeling delirious and fucked up. And I'm like, honey, we got to watch and I was on a Talking Heads kick. So I was just like, honey, we got to watch True Stories. And she's like, what is True Stories? I'm like, well, we're just going to watch it. Like, it's a really crazy, like out there David Byrne film, all these Talking Head songs, blah, blah, blah. We watch it. I'm like, explaining all these things to her, all these like LSD, like, you know, tip of the hat things. Like, yeah, this is a new feeling. I haven't felt this way, but I'm like, he's talking about LSD. Like, I'm getting all fucking super into it. She keeps looking at me like,
shut the fuck up.
What the fuck? And then she finished watching the movie and she's like, what the fuck did I just watch? I'm like, you don't understand. Shopping is a feeling. Like, it's, you know, and explaining to her how like there is, I hadn't watched it in so long, but like there's so many like, just like how society functions and like how David Byrne was so hip to that in 1986. I'm like really calling attention to like how crazy everything is.
And how big baggy clothes would become.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't wearing his baggy clothes.
And then go out.
And John Goodman is so good in it. It's just like, and he has like that song "People Like Us" that he sings on his own at the end. That was so good. And I just she was like, I didn't understand anything that happened in this movie, and there were times where I was scared that you were explaining all this drug logic to me, but I find it so fascinating. I'm so happy that you were so excited to like share this with me. And I was like, I don't know. I had to do it. And I told her, I was like, I just feel like I'm like,
I probably should go to bed.
Back in college. Yeah. And I did. And she's like, yeah, I'll stay up with the baby. You should take the first shift and take a nap now. It was like 1:15, 1:30
I'm gonna bounce the baby like a basketball while you nap.
But everybody should go watch True Stories. Okay. It's so fucking
Moral
good.
of the story.
Danny's video of the week.
Video of the week / you know, sleep deprivation is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
If you want a good one for that, Putney Swope by
that's your choice.
by Robert Downey Sr. is definitely a good sleep deprivation. Social commentary.
Did you have a memory that you can recall similar to this?
Dad wise
or any wise, just like having like a sleep deprived moment where.
Oh gosh. Well, I fucked up one time. I fucked up a couple times, but I fucked up one time and took like some no-dos after being out all night drinking, and just like couldn't go to bed. That sucked.
Terrifying.
It was whatever, the influence of bad company, but I definitely laid in a bathtub and counted to 1,000 for fun.
That's a Pete and Pete reference. I mean,
sounds like one, right?
It does.
It sounds like I'd be a good boyfriend from a Spengerwood, is what you're saying.
Fun.
Yeah, I definitely.
972,673.
I'm sorry that I didn't find a more. I was a little out of my comfort zone. I wasn't like at home or hanging. You can't really do that stuff hanging out with people. For
the listener, that was Jeremy. Jeremy being bad producer.
That's right. Put it on vibrate at least. Go ahead, sorry.
So did I.
I was personally going to say my movie for that. I mean, the obvious choice is Clockwork Orange. It's the obvious choice.
Well, that's that.
Dark Side of the Moon. When I watched Dark Side of the Moon for the first time, my brother got it for Christmas, and that's the only thing he really wanted was Dark Side of the Moon on VHS. And he got it when Christmas Day we started watching.
Letterbox?
I don't know.
Just like them playing it live?
No.
There's a movie.
The movie.
There's
Dark
a
Side of the
separate.
Moon.
There's a film.
Is that that's what it's called, right? Yeah, The Dark Side of the Moon. Anyway, a film accoutrement.
Sorry, my brain is a little shot still.
He's got dad brain.
Tell. Maybe go. I
just wanted to yell at you and say, "You're thinking about The Wall, idiot."
No. Anyway, that's that. I just will always remember that one Christmas day where we all watched The Wall. My family was like, "What the fuck are we watching? What is going on? What does this mean?"
I haven't had freaky Christmases like that. I was lucky enough to get Nintendo one Christmas.
Oh yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
I almost got my hands on a, the Nintendo
the NES Classic thing.
No, it was an older one than that. There was one before. I don't know. They had it at work. We're doing a job. You got your
hand on a Famicom? Is that what you're talking
Maybe
about?
that's what it was. A big yellow console, Atari console.
Oh.
It wasn't the 2600, but it was another one that was after or before. It was short-lived.
There was a 7600.
It had a pink button, an orange button, and a yellow button that were really big.
Out of there. A Neo Geo?
Nah, I don't know. I'll look it up. But
Neo Geo.
Anyway,
we keep going back to the well.
yeah. Anyway. But yeah, and then there have been several times where I.
There you go. I have an all-nighter for you. Playing this is not. I'm not rising in anyone's estimation. I'm going for no doze in a bathtub
to 18-hour video game binge.
Shining Force 2 on the Genesis.
Wow.
Like making it all the way to Dark Dragon. I mean, not even, but just like leveling up your fucking monk and your Wolverine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you got to grind for a while.
Yeah, I've done a lot of those video game overnighters with the nephews, by myself.
Oh no, mine was solo.
Solo? Yeah. Well, that's fun too.
I didn't get any of that in college and high school for the most part.
You spent your money on drugs. This is not.
I did.
This was not.
I spent my money on fish and drugs. Actually, I didn't spend my money on fish.
I spent other people's money on fish.
Yeah, no, I just
Or
got
fish
to,
is
I
money.
just
It's a
got-
community.
I just got to go for free. 'cause
I got
knew
a lot
the
of
head
stickers.
of security. No big deal.
I got a lot of stickers.
Oh boy.
Speaking of,
let's give a shout out to our network. How about that? The Last Podcast Network.
Oh,
I was going to say to our sticker producer, St. James Embroidery.
Oh, that too.
Oh, that's
shout out
good.
to St. James. Yeah, they do good work. Great work.
find them online.
That's right. At St. James Embroidery, probably.
Probably.
Long Island,
Dot probably.
New York. Check us out on the Last Podcast Network, and also check out all the other shows on there. Some great shit. You'll love it.
Check out all the offerings from Seltzer King Studios.
Oh, there you go. Somebody bought the very first Seltzer King shirt because he lives in Atlanta and he's moving to China, and he wanted to represent not only Seltzer Kings but Danny and Mike. So a very large shout out.
Very
Thanks.
cool.
That
To
you.
you.
You know that's going to hurt your social credit in China. but thank you for bravely taking this
Taking a hit for
taking
it.
this L for us. We will remember you in a future Danny and Mike episode. Besides this one,
Reeves Moore. Shout out to Reeves Moore. Thank you for ordering
Thanks,
from
Reeves.
us. Check us out our shop.dannyandmike.com. You'll find stuff like Reeves bought or I don't know, a plethora of other things.
dad bod t-shirts.
Probably we're gonna figure out a dad bod.
Look, I feel
Dad
like I've hit
something.
my cap now. It's like I could stand to lose some pounds, or just keep it the way I am because
No,
now
bro.
I'm a dad. Now
No,
it's dad bod.
There's no treading water. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Because you have to advance in one direction or another.
Which one are you suggesting?
Which side are you on?
Interesting. Because I want to be on the healthy side,
Let's do it.
but I also want to be on the let's sit on the couch and eat things side.
Well,
In his
there's no question that immediately following a newborn that you do suffer, your systems suffer in every way.
Yeah, my systems are
I'm saying
suffering.
your metabolisms can get fucked up, and
I'm eating at odd hours. I'm pooping on odd schedules. I'm sorry, gentlemen, before this podcast.
Oh,
it's
my
like
God.
it's
I
like
had a poop that was uncomfortably.
it's like he's back on
foul.
Fish Tour, bro. It's like he's back on Fish Tour.
Dude, all right, quick,
All
real,
that you
real
haven't
quick,
done-
real quick fish thing. One of their last festivals before they finished in like 2000, I don't know, whenever the fuck they stopped the second time. My buddy,
I didn't think
we
they
had
stopped at all.
We had
never
eaten,
stopped.
Bro.
we had eaten this like there were like these synthetic drugs going around that were like, hey, do you like acid without the anxiety and the paranoia?
Try
Well,
CBD acid.
Well, it's like called like 2CI or 2C3 or 2CB or
I had
something
an
like
Apple
that.
IIci. No, that was in my computer lab at school.
Anyway,
I did not have an Apple.
It was just like them being like, "Hey, you want all the best parts of the drug without all like the weird
regrets?
mindfuck regrets? Try this." And like shit was like very powerful, and I didn't fuck. It scared me. I didn't want to take it because I also like all the parts of those.
Hunter
drugs.
S.
It's like,
Hunter S. Thompson was like
I kind of
this,
need the bad to be like, no, this writes me back in the world a little bit.
Right.
Like I kind of need a little bit of that.
I don't watch movies without an ending.
But my buddy ate it and was so fucked up, and he had to take a poop, and he went into a porta potty that had poop like mountained on top, like over it.
Game of
And he
Thrones,
tried to,
shit
like-
chair.
He tried to like scooch on top to get it.
You tried to perch?
To get it.
Huge?
Yeah, he tried to get on top.
He
to
tried
like,
to perch.
Perch. not
Oh, yes.
scooch.
Yeah, like European.
Yeah, different, very different. You're right. Perch on top.
I'm saying scooching is just
To
like
poop. Yeah,
scooch
scooch
over.
just move over.
Scooch
Yeah, no, I know, I get it. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And he comes back out and he was like, "That was the hardest poop of my life." And he goes, "Also, I just peed sludge." And I was like, well, I would go back in there and check yourself or check somebody. Do something.
Wrong.
Because if you really peed sludge, you need to go to a doctor. But I'm pretty sure you're just fucked up and you looked at your stream and
Outdoor
you thought
music
it was sludgy.
festival, yeah. Outdoor music festival.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
And then the lead guy from Fish snorted heroin on stage and then played a really bad last set, and everyone was like, "What is going on in the world?"
Cover your shit, people.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of Danny and Mike.
That's right.
Cover your shit.
And they're touring right now, and all my buddies are like, Are you gonna bring your son to his first Fish show?" I'm like, dude, let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes on
I think
that.
I'd be okay if my kid never went to a Fish show.
2BI.
Yeah.
Let me give you something for the baby. This increases all
Yeah,
the
we got
baby
some
learning.
baby ganja goo balls over here.
It's called 2BI. It's the best for a developing brain. It gets them the
Yo,
most
got your
skyward.
heady. I got all your heady draft over here. This
Draft.
baby laundry detergent.
Kind draft.
Bro, we got pacifiers
your
that look like
kind
joints, man.
Extremely kind draft. Oh, where do we go? Where do we go from here?
Oh, that's okay. People who are listening who like Fish, and it's still fine. They're a great band. It's just not my thing anymore.
I'm just saying those people are rapidly dying off, but thank you for listening to our podcast.
Give this guy a look on the social medias, Twitter, specifically at Michael C. Morona.
Don't get into a fight with him, though.
This guy's at Danny Tamborelli, at D Tamborelli on the Twitter. I'm at Remy Balin on most things, at Jeremy Balin, I believe, on the Instagram. Gentlemen.
Go to Nicolo Dad on Instagram.
Oh, there you
You'll
go.
see some funny things, and if you want to, you're an entrepreneur with brand new baby food or something, let's talk.
Yeah. And check us out.
My kid can't eat for a while, but still.
Dadfluencers.
Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/
Danny and Mike with
the end spelled out. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that will do it.
See you next time. Bye.
Get some sleep. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the end spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.